Hello? Hello, hello? Hello. It's me. Let's get started, I guess. Actually, does my bot still work? Is my bot running? That's something I need to really get a handle on. Alright, there's my bot. Good to know, good to know. Bot is still pretty buggy though. I'm pretty sure. Well, let's see. Let's see. Switch the scene real quick. There we go. Alright, hold on. I did get new monitors. So now things are kind of unusual, shall we say. Alright. I think this is good. Right? Oh, I already switched my scenes. Alright, well. There you have it. Do my time tracking. Pull up the correct things on my other monitor. So you can't see it. You'll probably never see it. But on my top monitor, I actually have a... basically an equivalent monitor to what you can see right here. So this is a 32-inch BenQ thingy. Some sort of BenQ 4K monitor. It's really straining the monitor arms I have going on in the back. But that's fine. What is a little concerning to me is that there's like a noticeable lean. The monitor mount, shall we say, behind that's supporting the top monitor is noticeably leaning. I guess both monitor arms, both monitor mounts are noticeably leaning. So maybe that's whatever. It is very, very top heavy. That much is for certain. But it should be fine, right? Because the specs on the arm says it can take up to 22 pounds. Don't know how many kilograms that is, but like these monitors are only 16, so like I'm pretty far below the max. I'm 25% less than the max. When in reality, you know, you would expect, well, maybe only for like elevators or whatever, right? But like I know elevators are actually spec'd like way below their max load, right? Maybe it's different for like consumer products. I have no idea. All right, let's check my audio real quick. I haven't done an audio check in a while. Let me see. What do I sound like? Oh, I sound pretty good. I think, possibly. I think I sound pretty good. Yeah. It's the. Maybe it's because I'm on the same network as myself, but I only have a 3-second delay. But this 3-second delay is kind of freaking me out. It's making it really hard to. I'm getting super tilted right now. Hearing myself like 3 seconds in the past while still trying to come up with new things to say. It's pretty tough. It would be a lot easier if I was not actually like trying to think. Oh, hello, needle mouse. I'm gonna turn my I'm gonna turn my stream monitor off so I can stop hearing myself on a loop. Luna Mouse, how are you? This is my new streaming setup. You can't see it, but I can. And by streaming setup, I mean it's just new monitors and a soundbar. How fancy. I think this is it. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Getting very worried about my monitor setup. It looks like one of them's about to fall over. Because it's a big chonker of a monitor. 32 inches, uwu. Mounted above my primary monitor, which is also on a mount, but it's on a dual mount. I'm fine right now. I'm compiling the Zen kernel for Fedora. Nice, nice. Are you on the latest Fedora build, which I think is Fedora 37? I know I'm still on Fedora 33, so I'm super out of date. Well, I mean, this is clearly not Fedora, this is Windows, but on my other computers. I'm still doing some setup real quick. Fedora 36. Is Fedora 36 the most recent one? Yeah, what I'm working on today is still some key code stuff. Still some key code stuff. So let's see. I think there's some things that could definitely be made better here. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out where did I leave off, because it's been more than a week, I think, since I last worked on this. So I'm kind of coming back into this, being like, what the heck was I doing? I think this needs to be a slice, a reference to a slice of references to strings instead of being one of these. Yeah. I think this is still valid, which makes this incorrect. Selling chips and stuff in my so I can save for Nintendo. Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch is kind of an old console, right? Like, you can probably find it secondhand. Enough money for a Nintendo Switch, but I'm waiting for Black Friday. Oh, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Wasn't Sonic Frontiers, like, it wasn't like super highly rated? I think it has as ref implemented. Probably not. That's probably also not good. What is this? Traits as ref. String as ref. String as ref. The following other types implement traits as ref. Yeah, isn't this? Something like that. Like, I need a reference to this string. Or do you think we could just manually reference it like this? Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. Like, it doesn't need to live longer than this anyways, right? Because we clone it. It's getting a lot of hype now because of the recent stuff they informed about. Probably might be the Sonic game to get Sonic back up to speed. Also, Frontiers is going to come out on November 8th. Oh, okay. Maybe I was looking at something else. Isn't that what they've been saying about Sonic games for a while, though? Is that, you know, the next game is going to be the game to get? Or is that just slander? Because it's like whenever they come out with a new Sonic game, isn't it like they release one really good game, and then the next game in the series, the next 2 games in the series are just horrible. Hey, oh, sorry, Rust. All right, so this should be fine. All right, so we're looking for control lefts, A, B. So I need a website. All right, cool. I feel like an unbounded channel is less optimal than a bounded one. But maybe, do these things take a trait, or do these implement a trait? So sender and receiver. Or maybe they're just whatevers. They actually took the time out 5 years ago. They worked on it yesterday. Got it done. Okay. 5 years ago? What, didn't a Sonic game come out more recently? Or was those just ports or remakes? Like, wasn't there the yeah, like there was the one that came out on Switch a few years back, and that was made using Godot, wasn't it? What am I doing? Let me see. Bounded, blah, blah. Gives you a... Okay. Some sort of sender and receiver. But what is sender? Sure. Sender, they have a flavor. This one's cherry flavored. I don't know. How do I see which traits this implements? So there's these traits. Clone, debug, sure. Select hand. Oh, select hand. Probably not. Well, so these are just regular channels. Bounded. Okay, so what's the difference between bounded and unbounded? Yeah. Can I copy this? Is there a way to copy, like, open this in? I need to see this in two views. So VS Code, copy, tab to view. Sonic Colors Ultimate was a port for consoles, but it was done by a different company. Okay, so Sonic Colors is an old one then, right? I'm unfamiliar with Sonic stuff for the most part. I still have not played a new Sonic game. Past. Yeah, I guess the latest one I played was Sonic Adventure Battle 2. And I've also played, was it Shadow the Hedgehog? Is that what it was called? I didn't beat it. I played a lot of the levels though. Like the first Shadow the Hedgehog game where he has a gun and there's aliens and stuff and there's branching paths. I remember that one being pretty fun at the time, but you looking at the reviews in the modern era, it's like, man, I like this game. Sender. So this is just a list. This is 0 and this is an array. And that's really the only difference, huh? Okay, interesting. Okay. Flavors 0. Okay. Interesting. I have just like this overwhelming urge to sneeze. You know that feeling where you feel like you gotta sneeze, but you just can't force yourself to sneeze? That's what I got going on right now. And I'm also like forcing myself to talk at the same time. So it's just getting really bad. Alright, I have no idea how you would ever check for this. It just needs to be some sort of a sender over a channel. And then past that, we don't really care. Or a sender over a string. Yeah. I wonder if we can change this one. So like well, I think does the key code, can the key code be a reference to a key code, or does it need to be a key code value? Let me see. Hotkey listener. Move this over here. We don't need to look at the channel stuff anymore, because now I know the channel stuff is just like some sort of struct. So there's not any trace. So you pretty much do have to use crossbeam. Sonic Frontiers is an open world, open zone, as they call it. They say it's going to be the biggest Sonic game to date. Isn't it weird how they're coming up with a bunch of like the biggest X to date? Like that was pretty much like the thing behind, like, I don't know, it's just like the past few years, right? So like Assassin's Creed, well, I guess Assassin's Creed was always open world, never mind. But then they came out with like Ghost Recon. I've played a few of the Ghost Recon games. I never beat any of them, but I played a few of them for whatever reason. Then the latest one was, guess what? It's open world now. Then Elden Ring, of course, is Dark Souls, but open world. Haven't beat it either. I played a lot of it though. I think I got frustrated at some part. It's the Holic Tree. Was it the Holic Tree? Is that what it was called? It's the big tree. All right, callback, sender, and receiver. So here. So can I send a reference to a key code? Is that what I can do? So can I do this? So I save this. This is going to be an error. So this is some sort of reference to a key code, and this takes some sort of reference to a key code. Am I allowed to do that? No. Let me change this. This is now takes a reference to a key code. Yeah, no. Yeah, you need a lifetime specifier. That's fine. That's fine. Undo this. Like game length, like how long the game is. It's gonna be the longest Sonic game to date as well as the biggest one. I think that's pretty, I don't know. I don't know. Isn't like a long game, that's not a great metric? Because there's a lot of ways that you can make a long game. Like you can always pump out more and more content, right? Just by copy and pasting levels and then changing a few values, right? Like, would you consider a level that has like 3 difficulties to be more content? I think on a technical level, yes, technically it is more content because it's 3 difficulties. But is it like, you know, as a player, is it more content? You know, I don't think so. It's like the same amount of content. I guess this is probably fine. Yeah. And then we'll just think about it later. Like, how do I reason about all the copies? Because we are doing a lot of copying. It would be better if we weren't, but whatever, dude. I don't know. I have the too small brain to think about this. Anyways, the demo works, and that's the important part. Let's do the Godot bit now. Well, the biggest Sonic game, maybe. Yeah, well, I think if it's open world, right, isn't it going to be really big? Or it might not be, right? Like Sonic Adventure Battle 2, the only one I can speak with any authority on. Like, it's not like open world big, but it does have a lot of levels to it. You know? That's pretty good. Big fan of that. Alright, what is your problem? I wonder if aren't you allowed to panic? Oh yeah, you are allowed to panic. That's right. Let's just rewrite this entire thing. Hold on. Get out of here. Actually, don't get out of here. Kind of get out of here just a little bit. Actually, the only thing that we need to get rid of is this bit. So get out of it. So just give me this. And then hotkey listener. Hotkey listeners near you. Yeah, let's just panic. Everyone loves a good panic. Well, okay, hold on. Let's not panic. I'm rethinking it. I think on some systems, it's possible Godot will just segfault, so let's not do that. There are 4 open islands and frontiers, also cyberspace. Cyberspace is basically Sonic stages from past games. That makes sense. They are more different, like mixing stage design from past Sonic games. There was a lot of repetition in that sentence. Function takes 1 argument, but no arguments were given. Okay, so here we need to do. This is a receiver, some sort of receiver, crossbeam channel. This takes a string, and then we'll do so let's sender receiver equal unbounded. Please crossbeam channel unbounded. Then we give you a sender, right? Yeah. There's your receiver, and then here we give you your receiver. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Can't really speak to it. I feel like the jump to 3D has been really rough for Sonic. That's pretty much it. I suppose I don't really understand as to why Sonic Team doesn't like double down on making really good 2D Sonic games. Right, because like moving really fast in 3D is like somewhat disorienting. Is it not? Like even moving really fast in 2D is kind of tough. Callback receiver. Listener. Oh, it's because we have the receiver, that's right. Wait, no. Wait, yes. How did I do this in the demo? So this listener pull. Yeah, so we want to just pull there. Register hotkey. Let's think about that. Let's get rid of this. Add a little to do onto here. All right, so listener pull. Cannot borrow this as mutable. That's right. Pull like that. Cannot borrow listener as mutable is behind a reference. It cannot be borrowed. So changing this bindings type to be a mutable reference. So this needs to be a mutable reference. Or no, you can do it as a mute ref, right? Something like that. Oh no, it's a paragraph. As As a mutable reference, yes. Unwrap me. Or can't you do, yeah, you can unwrap or, or some provided default, or else. And then can't I do like this? Just like hard return. Am I not allowed to do this? I would love to do this. Just bail out really quickly. I guess I can't. It would be beautiful if I could just bail out though, in case it's not valid. Alright, so that's now an option. Man, isn't there a way to do this? Let's unwrap. Uncheck, don't do that. Unwrap or provided default, absolutely not. Or some value. I guess we can do this. So match this. Some. Like people noticed reuse stages as a Green Hill Zone with another Sonic stage. One of the creators of the game said it was on purpose because Sonic's memories are being messed with in the story. So people, when people come across the stages, they'll be reminded of other Sonic games from the reuse level design. Yeah, isn't that like that's like one of the big things about Sonic though, right? Is that they are modern Sonic games are kind of preying off people's nostalgia for previous games. You know, not to be rude or whatever. But like a lot of the appeal of Sonic is, you know, like, oh, Sonic used to be really cool. Like we have really good memories of Sonic. I mean, I don't have any really good memories of Sonic per se. Is empty. I'll just return. Actually, can't I? Can you receive on an unbounded receiver without blocking? I guess you can't. Well, no. Can you? How do I do an unblocked receive on a receiver? So Rust crossbeam unblock receive. Oh, is it select? Maybe? Waits on a set of instructions. I don't want to wait. I don't want to block. Sending, default, nah. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But man, I'm so close to getting this out. So once I get this done, then I can start working on integrating this within vpuppr. And then after that, then I can get a proper 090 release of vpuppr out. And then I can start working on games again. Because I have another game idea. It's pretty sick if I do say so myself. It's pretty sick. I just need time to work on it, you know? Let me see. So receiver, receive, or try receive. Attempts to receive a message from the channel without blocking this channel. Oh, I guess I could do this. Receive deadline. Receive timeout. Maybe well, we can do receive, right? Because we already checked to see if it's empty or not. I feel like try isn't try receive the same thing though? I feel like try receive is cleaner. So we'll just do it. Hit it with a self receiver try receive, and then it's, what does this give you? It gives you a result, so this gives you an okay. So some sort of string. It'll do a thing. We have no idea what that thing is, or it'll give me an error, which would be very awkward. Godot error. Ha ha ha. E2 string. Something like that? No. Format argument must be a string literal, so hit it with one of these. One of these. Okay. So here, trying to do my Haxel Flixel. The tiring part is trying to make the levels go together by putting the art together on layers and make them move differently. Yeah, that's the tough part about, I guess, a game framework rather than an actual engine, is that you need to do a lot of the bits yourself. But you do learn a lot more, for sure. That's just not something I'm super interested in at this point. It's not something that I'm super interested in this point in my life. But if you're starting early, it's good. It's good. You have a 10-year head start, basically. I think. Get rid of this. HTML5, because that's kind of better choice to make a game, because my game is not special. The performance to kind of get to the game for some reason. Well, it depends on how many things you're drawing on screen. But actually, no. Because you're doing HTML... Well, I don't know, actually. I was going to say, like, HTML5 can do a lot of rendering in one pass, but that's not actually true. WASM, W-A-S-M, can do a lot of rendering in one pass. But if you're just doing HTML5, which basically just means, like, JavaScript calls, it might be pretty slow. Hard to say. Emit signal, key, receive signal. This needs to be a slice of S or Godot string from string S as str. Was there a variant from... Do you think there's a variant from string? That would be pretty sick. Variant from... I don't know. Do you think this is implemented? That would be pretty sick. Ah! From variant dispatch. Trait bound prelude from string is not satisfied. Fair enough. That's tough. Right. There's no from string. So we need to do this kind of weird Godot string from str s to variance. Alright, what is your problem now? Match arms. What? Does emit signal? Oh, it does. Okay, well, it doesn't really matter what we do, as long as we just always return afterwards. Kind of weird how I have to do this, but, you know, I get it, I get it. It's a thing that happens sometimes. Please. Oh, I see where I messed up. Like that. The game is just a 2D game where you move around with some lo-fi and soft music. Nice. Yeah, I don't know. There could be, there's a ton of things that could go wrong. And also, if you're running in like a debug mode, your game is always going to be a little bit slow. It's better to, if you're trying to check performance, you should run it in release mode, unless there is no difference, in which case I'm not sure what to tell you. You know, minimize draw calls if you're drawing too much. Minimize loops inside your game. Godot supports exporting to HTML file can be lo-fi 2e. This is true. This is true. Hello. Pizarces. I'm trying to remember how was I supposed to pronounce your name? There was a special way to it. All right. Anyways, here, I think this is fine. Right. So now we emit a certain type of signal called key received. Blah blah. And then we pull. Right. So we're always just pulling. I'm not sure if I should. If there's a special thing I should be doing here. Maybe I should try this in the demo. Maybe I should try this in the demo. So instead of registering all hotkeys beforehand and then polling, maybe I should not do that. Hard to say. Try more hotkey stuff. I am trying more hotkey stuff. So I got the hotkey stuff working, by the way, so check this out. Oh, this has been running the entire time in the background. So that's how you know it's good. So, just wait for it. Yeah, so papa. Oh. Oh, hold on. Maybe not. Oh, I'm pressing Control V. Okay. So it's Control A, Control V. So we can press both of them at the same time. So previously it used to get me caught in some sort of like spin cycle, shall we say? But now it works. Because I think it's because of the bounded channels, so I was just sending messages too quickly. So I still need to think about that, but it doesn't really matter it doesn't really matter anyways. All you need to do is you need to send some sort of channel from Crossbeam if you want to use the crate standalone. And then, you know, just figure it out yourself. It's not really my problem. Preload, I don't know how to in Haxel. Isn't a Haxel... If you're doing preloading yourself, Zarces? Yeah. The pious art. Fair enough. Yeah. Isn't it... If you're doing preloading in your own stuff, you're not using Godot. Preloading is just having like a separate load step for whatever you're doing. Like preload is a little Godot magic to load before the rest of the things are loaded, right? Or it's basically like a preload. It's what it says on the tin, right? So you have like a preload step and then the regular load step. So that's what preloading is. Unless you're talking about like object pooling, which might help in your case as well. So instead of creating and destroying objects, you instead create, you know, like a pool of 10 objects. Everything just kind of swims in the pool, right? And then whenever you need that object, you'll take it out of the pool and then put it into your scene, right? And then when that object is, you know, it's done, it's dead or whatever, then you know, take the object and then put it back into the pool. And that's kind of the idea behind an object pool, is that you never destroy objects, you never create objects, except at the very start and end of your program, or your scene, or whatever, right? I've done that before. Like even in like Unity or Godot, you do benefit from object pooling. All right, so we do listener register hotkey. Yeah, so we have some sort of name, right? That's a Godot string. So Godot string to string. I suppose this could be a register hotkey. Oh yeah, this does take a reference to a string, so that's fine. And then keys. That's kind of tough. Keys. I guess I already had this kind of working. Like it's kind of bonkers. So we need to into iterate, which then allows us to function chain, which is my least favorite pattern, but everyone else seems to like it, so we'll go along with it. God, I hate function chaining. It's so unreadable, in my opinion. It's completely unreadable, honestly, but you know, people like it. So a vec of string, and then we can slice it as hey. What's wrong with the collect? Oh, it's because no, I'm not missing anything. Yeah. As slice, right? As slice. Okay, so we were running into problems here. So expected comma. Where? Map? No. Where? Expected semicolon. No, you didn't. Hold on. Hold on. I know what I'm doing. Here. I mean, this is pretty much the same thing. Oh, I see. You're not supposed to do it like this. Collect. My bad. Whoops. Alright. Alright, and now it's gonna give me an issue, right? Yeah, okay. It cannot return reference to a temporary value. Returns a reference to data owned by the current function. That's true. I think I have to... I need to do it externally, right? So keys into iter as slice. So let's sliced data. Please. ToString clones it. Clone. I need a reference. How do I get a reference to a string when that string is it's input. I know what I want to do. I just don't know how to do it. Can we clone? We can clone this. All right. No, we can't clone this. How? Am I not allowed to clone this? I know what it's supposed to look like. I know. I'm not allowed to clone it. Can I copy it? No. I'm dying. Assume unique. Sure. No, assume unique. You're not allowed to do that. That's dangerous. It's unsafe. That's right. Okay. Hold on. Inside this map function, can I do this? So x dot. Can I clone this? I can clone this. So x, or so let's, I don't know, y is equal to x clone. So now this is mine. And then we can do y to string. Okay, no. There's something I'm missing. I still don't really understand this part of Rust. And also, why does this work in the demo? Maybe it's not actually owned by the current function in this portion, right? Or how do I... Cannot return reference to a temporary value, returns a reference to data owned by the current function. I don't understand. It's temporary value, yeah, but like, it's fine, right? No? Do I need to do this in a separate step? So we keys vec is equal to keys to keys hold on. Into iter. Collect into? Do you think we can just collect? Oh, not collect into a collection. I guess we just have to collect like this as turbofish vec of some sort of variant. I guess that's fair. Oh, actually, we don't need to oh, no, we do need to define it. Some sort of vec. And it looks like it's able to figure out what I mean here as well. Do you think that's fine? All right. So get rid of this part. We're so close. I just need to figure this out. So this clones it. All right. And then here. Now we own it, and then I can do keys vec. No, okay. I'm dying. So maybe I just need to copy. So into iter map x, some sort of variance x to string. Yes. Please. Like I know. I know what the problem is. I just don't know how to solve it. Can I return reference to temporary value? Sure. Just create the value. It's a reference within the function with the function returns, and so you return an own value. How do I own this? I would like to own this value. It needs to be a reference to an owned value, but I'm not sure how to do that. And this also doesn't really explain it. So anything started with ampersand is in Rust is a reference to a value rather than a value itself. A reference to a slice of U8, aka unsigned 8 integers, is a reference to a value which needs to exist elsewhere. Because you create the value, it's a reference to within the function. When the function returns, the value the reference points to no longer exists. Sure. Instead, you can return an owned value rather than a reference to one. Yeah, but like it doesn't matter. Do I need to attach a lifetime to it so Rust can figure it out? Or the compiler can figure it out? Is that what lifetimes are supposed to be used for? I suppose that makes sense, but I'm not super sure. Owning ref. Oh, geez. What the heck? Any owned values are destroyed, and any data referencing that destroyed data therefore cannot be blah blah. Iter turns an iterator of shared references. That's more or less what I'm doing. When you call clone iter, you're creating a temporary value via clone, which is owned by the current function, then iterating over that data via shared reference. That's true. These are all shared references because you later call mode push num. Rust realizes that mode has the type vec reference to I32. However, there's an implicit lifetime. Oh, okay, so I do need to provide a lifetime. That's fine. Gotcha. All right, so how do you do lifetimes again? Hold on, I know. I literally just looked at it. Okay. So lifetime A. And then we can attach that to this. So this is still valid. This is still valid. This is still not valid. Hold on. If we do this. Please. Like, I know what it's supposed to be. I know what it's supposed to be. Is that we attach a lifetime to this, or is this just freaking out because we're not allowed to? Like this is actually an error, and that's just because of this error. The Rust analyzer isn't going any deeper into it. No, like this makes sense, right? Like this needs to live as long as this lives, and so pretty much all we do, yeah. So we copy this, extract. Well, actually, this extracts a string slice containing the entire string. Key code. Well, yeah. So this that's fine. Gives you a key code value. Does the demo still work? All right. So A. Yeah. That's still fine. Can I attach the same lifetime to the same parameter twice? More or less the same parameter? Is that how that works? Yeah. So then this should be flow. I guess this is using keys back, but it still doesn't make a huge difference. Like, we don't need to two-string it, I suppose? Can we two-owned it? Two-owned usually by cloning, sure. Yeah. Cannot create reference to temporary value. We're really just gonna sit here for the entire stream, huh? I'm prepared. Prepare yourself. I'm ready. Alright, so there's a Reddit thread, and then here's one on the Rust thingamajig. Otherwise you get a dangling pointer. I mean, there's not too much I can do here, though. There's not too much I can do here. Like, I can take it. I know how I can solve this immediately, right? Is just don't. I don't know. What if we do drop keys back? Manually drop it. Okay. I didn't think so. Like the obvious solution is to return a slice of string values instead of a slice of reference to string references. But like this is the optimal way to do it, right? Give me more Stack Overflow answers. This is not useful. This is talking about rendering, which is its own special can of worms. Static. Copy it. No, I don't need to copy anything. Well, maybe I do need to copy. Can I copy this? Well, no, because they still only live as long as the function, right? That's kind of tough. Two string. I mean, this is a variant. It's like two string. That's fine. Two owns, not fine. Like, this would be ideal, right? Maybe okay, let's try to slice it beforehand really quickly. So let's slice equal this, that's fine. Okay, so this is the main pain point, is that we're not allowed to create a slice of string references. So how do I get around this? Returns a reference to data owned by the current function. Cannot return a reference to function parameter x. Returns a reference to data owned by the current function. Sure. So what? Okay. as ref. What is this? It's a reference. It's a reference. Okay. I didn't think so. Okay. I know this is right. This is exactly what I want. I'm dying. Cannot return reference to sure. Let's feed this into the old Google. See what it gives me. How to solve returns a value referencing data owned by the current function. Sure. Biggest problem with the code is the use of primitive string reference in the expression node. Updating value. You have two options. Use a cal string copy on write string, or use an enum for the contained value. Like I don't wanna. Like I guess it doesn't make a huge difference. Returns a value. All right, hold on. This one also referenced other answers. Okay. Not great. So as ref borrows when the function returns the memory owned by the return value of digest is destroyed, and its reference returned by as ref becomes invalid. Digest only need a it's created and cannot be returned as it one exists once the function finishes. You must either change the function, return an own value, or make its arguments a mutable reference and remove the return. So your options for function signatures. It doesn't solve my problem though. I guess this was the closest one, where they say if you're not happy with all the assignments that are happening when switching to a string, you have two other options. Use a cow string. I guess I could use I guess I could use a cow string here. That might make it a bit easier. So what does this mean? What a great acronym. Big fan of the cow string. Oh, McDonald had a cow. That's all I know about the old McDonald's song. Okay. Clone on write. Oh, it's clone on write, not copy on write. Fair enough. I guess this is pointless anyways, right? All right, let's just change this function signature. It takes a slice. You can have a slice of strings. That's fine. It's gonna be a little scuffed, but that's okay. Which makes this a lot easier, because now we can just do this. Let's use just keys. To string. Ah, geez. And then this is now invalid. So we do this. Get rid of these things. All right, cool. Then this returns a result, which means that we can then match off this. Match, blah, blah, gives you okay. Otherwise, Godot error. Something like that. That should be fine. We go back to here. Make sure the demo keeps working. Just press some keys over here. So now it's not taking reference to strings. It's not taking a slice of string references. It's now taking a slice of just string values, which is less optimal, but I don't know how to solve it. My brain is too small. All right. But this works, which means that I can now compile this. Cargo, build, release. How did I do the cargo? Toml? Yeah. Yeah, cargo, build, release. Lib. Unused manifest key examples. What's happening? Okay. Cargo manifest keys. Is it not called examples? Is it called like... Oh my god, it's just called examples. So this has just been working somehow. Phenomenal. Okay, so looks like Rust is smart enough to figure it out. How interesting, how interesting. Okay, so let's put this into, not here. Let's close this. Oh. Open up a test project. This is hotkey listener. Input forwarder, let's delete that. I don't need any of that. That's for nerds. Hotkey listener, Rust, target, release. We don't need any of the A key stuff, so just get rid of that. This is hotkey listener. Not really sure what this lib hotkey stuff is all about. Then open up another Godot scratch, hotkey listener, slap this into there. All right, so now we're in Godot scratch. Open up the scratch project. It takes a little bit. There we go. So register hotkey. So this takes all of this stuff, blah, blah. Should be fine, I don't know, send me. Oh, geez. Unset empty. All right, well, that's not good. What happened? It's probably a re-entrancy error, if I had to guess. Okay. Well. So let's open up a new terminal. Go into... what is it called? Apps. So Godot custom 3x. Sure. And then I just lose it. Okay, hold on. What is it? It's editor, starts the editor instead of running the scene. Sure. So editor, dev Godot scratch. Project is missing. Fair enough. Project.godot. All right, give me the good stuff. Oh, okay. It's panicked. Thread unnamed. panicked at has already been registered as hotkey listener node. I mean, that's probably not very good. What happens when I run this? Well, apart from the obvious. Thread unnamed panicked at hotkey listener Godot. Hotkey listener node has already been registered as hotkey listener node. Do you think I need to compile with a special command? Because I guess I am using a more recent build. But no, I haven't changed anything though. Huh. So this is here. Thread unnamed panicked at. It's just a lot of panics. This doesn't really help me. Doesn't really help me. Okay, what if I just get rid of all these? Pub. Well, it doesn't need to be public. It just needs to be some sort of struct test node. Derive native class. Inherit node. Simple test node. New something like this, and then export one function. So I'll just call it hello. It'll give me back I guess a string, and I'm pretty sure Godot Rust will handle the rest for me. Alright, is this not it? Alright, is it not called? Oh, it's just inherit. Like that. Okay. World, found string, toString. Handle add class. Test node. Alright, let's compile this really quick. Fair enough. We'll just hit it with a manual copy. Actually, I don't think I need to do a manual copy. Let's just do copy. Target releases hotkey listener DLL to dev Godot scratch hotkey listener DLL. So copy that. Then open this up. So we do need to change several of the scripts, or several of the native scripts at least. So script class, no, that's fine. Call this one test node. Hit it with a save. Test screen. Oh. ASDF hello. What the heck? Did you see that? Oh, look at that! You even get a little bit of code completion there. All right. So did this run into any errors? Actually, I need to start this from the fancy thing. Ah, see, I didn't run into any errors here. Yeah. So we get world blah blah. So that works as expected, which is weird because that's not how that should work, but. What's going on here? So this is called a hotkey listener node, is it not? So we export both of these. Let's just hit it with a really quick compile again. Hide this. Copy that. Bring it back. Hotkey listener node. Give it a save. All right, get this out of here. Print these. And then we just run into a million errors. What's going on? Why am I not able to source Godot RS64 unset empty? So what is this looking at? What is this looking at? Godot Rust. Give me these. So this is Godot RS. Probably this one? Nope. Godot RS. Oh, this is my code. I knew that. So that was my code 64. Error. Oh, this is not an error. I'm just stupid. All right. Well, you know what? I knew that. You know, I knew that. So that's not an error. That's just expected. All right. Well, there's no accounting for human stupidity, etc., etc. So what is in a try receive error? Try receive error. Channel's empty. It's empty and disconnected. That's fine. Honestly, we don't care. But I think it's probably better for us to just do like a regular receive. So that's like an actual receive error, and then if self receiver is empty, then we'll just return. I think that makes more sense. And that's also allows me to catch errors easier as well. So build that. Copy that, go back to here, and then we can start up. Okay, cool. So it's, you know, as usual, it's just because I'm dumb. All right, so that's working. How cool. Let's do this with something a bit more interesting. So control left, that's a classic. I don't have a control right. And then I don't know, we can do shift right, I guess. Shift right. Run this. So we press A, B, 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 B. Shift B. Nope. Was it Control B? Oh, geez, no. Oh no, it's not working. Everything else still works, but Was it Control left? Control left. Keep an eye on it. All right, so that's working. Shift. Oh, this is shift rights. I don't have a shift. No, I do have. Wait, I do have a shift right. What am I talking about? I'm only getting key A though, which is not right. Is it not shift right? Is shift right not what it's called? Hold on. Where am I looking at? Hotkey listener. Hotkeys near you. Key code from string. Ha 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 ha. Shift right. Shift right. Let's do shift left. Sure. It doesn't really matter. Shift left. There was B and shift left. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay. That works. So there's a few things we need to do. One, we need to check to see if it's valid or not. If it is valid, then we can, we can start doing our stuff. If it's not valid, then we need to think about it a bit harder. Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense to me. Cool. So let's kill this. Kill the terminal up here. And then I'm going to pour myself another drink. I'll be right back. Don't get lost. Hello, hello, I'm back. Okay. So let's push whatever I have here. I think this is pretty good. Finish. Well, what's the log? Git log. That's pretty much it. Git commit finish implementation. Push this. We'll go to GitHub. Actually, we won't. We'll just look at the Git remote. I think you can go to this URL and then it'll just redirect you to the proper thing. Maybe. Nope. Nope. Yeah, okay. I wish. All right, there we go. So then pull request, 7 days ago. Let's just send it, dude. No CI just yet. But git check out master. Promise only lies. Git branch factor. All right, there we go. So I don't know if you're interested in it. I think it's pretty good. It's not my greatest library I've ever written. There's still a lot of, I guess, pain points, right? Like, for example, this bit here. So like I can take in a reference, a string reference here, but I can only take in a slice of string values, and I don't really get why. You know? Because it feels like I should be able to do the same thing like here as in here, right? Like here I get a Godot string. Well, maybe it's because like I can guarantee that this Godot string will live longer. But like, it doesn't matter. I don't know. I need somebody to explain that to me. I don't really get it. Like, why am I allowed to pass in a string reference here? But here I must pass in a value. Otherwise I get, you know, the problem that it doesn't live long enough. Oh, and here, oh, I messed up. Whatever. Remove unused lifetime. Accidentally just left the lifetime on there. Remove unused lifetime. And then, I guess if this is, if I eventually get around to upstreaming this, I'm not sure how I would upstream this though. I think it's fairly useful, but I think live split is, you know, they kind of do their own thing. You know, it's kind of built into their architecture. That's probably a good way of putting it. Whereas I think I have a different set of requirements, as they say in the biz. different set of requirements that they don't really care about, right? Which is fair. You know, I need to make this work with Godot. Or possibly, you know, if I rewrite this in... if I rewrite vpuppr in Rust in 20 years, maybe we can use this, you know? Alright, but input forwarder, honestly, we don't really need it. Yeah. Instead, we'll do hotkey listener. So we'll add this to the getIgnore. Well, anything that's a DLL will get ignored, right? So config ini. So this needs to be an ini file, that's fine. All this stuff. Input for it, yeah. So this is just hotkey listener. Extends node, blah blah. Copy target release hotkey listener DLL to hotkey listener. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There, input forwarder can go away because we're not using it. And then in the Godot specific stuff, that's when it starts getting kind of spicy. So setup. How did I do this here? Starting setup, blah, blah, blah. So config input forwarder. Yeah, so I still called this input forwarder, but this should be called hotkey listener node. That's what I called that. Hotkey listener. Load GD native resource. I gotta remember, what exactly was I doing there? It's been a little bit. So open this up. Sorry. So extension manager. Load GD native resource. So this takes a extension name, resource name, and then the name of the resource in the ini file. Fair enough. So I called this hotkey listener node. And then the class name is hotkey listener. Wait a minute, hold on. No, this is hotkey listener. Right. Yes. No. Maybe? I don't know. Let's just give it a try. So we will go here. Okay. So honestly, we can kind of just send the entire thing besides the Rust directory. So give me a cd dev virtual puppet project vpuppr resources extensions, and then we'll just copy recursive. I'm gonna be honest, I never really remember how to copy recursive. Like, does it copy everything in the folder, or does it copy the entire folder? And then do I need to specify the folder path, or if I just place it here, does it dump all the files into my current directory? That's something I never really remember how it works. And so I always end up just kind of freeballing it. All right, so now it's copying all the Rust build files. So if I was doing this in CI, this would be a lot faster. I do have a little CI script for this, but we'll get around to it, you know. It's not high priority. Not super high priority. You can do it. You can do it, Windows. I believe in you. All right. We're good. We're in. All right. So where are we at? Hotkey listener. Near you. RM. Oh, it didn't copy the Rust stuff. Interesting. How? Wait a minute. Did I copy the wrong thing? Oh, what the heck? Wait. What the heck? RF hotkey listener. I'm very confused. Oh, it's because hotkey listener was already a folder here. Hotkey listener was already a folder here. All right, now we gotta wait again. While we create a new folder. All right. All right, actually that wasn't too bad. Hotkey listener. RF Rust. That's where the main bulk of the everything comes from. I think the config.toml actually does need to change. So config.toml. Yeah, okay, hold on. So this is hotkey listener lib entry points hotkey listener GD native true, so that I need to go back to here, copy, let's just keep the cursive on, it doesn't really matter, config a, what's up with you? Oh, config.toml, and then we want to place that in the config.toml, which means this setup thing is kind of wrong as well. Yeah, hotkey listener lib, hotkey listener node, but that's fine. I can change this on the Godot side. So then we go to resources, extensions, hotkey listener, set up, hotkey listener lib. Okay. All right, so let's give it a try. Maybe it'll work. Ooh. Hotkey listener. I guess it's not really set up or anything, and also we got 4 errors, which is, I guess, as expected. Object type node. Attempt to connect non-existent input signal to method panel container on. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So it's called inputs. What did I call it? I called it Godot RS. I called it key received. They call it key received. Okay, so here. Setup. GUI key received on key received. Oh, sorry. Slap that all into there. Then a little copy and paste magic. I think this isn't actually listening for all keys. Yeah, this isn't going to print like anything. Yeah, okay. Oh, and then also, that's fine. All right. Guess it takes a little bit. All right, so what do I want to do here and set up? Okay, so we can add child, and then I think we need to do this, at least for now. So there's the GUI. All right, so we have GUI here. No, not the GUI. We want to do it in setup. Oh. And I think I just realized I need to have some sort of, I guess, error detection. It's like a way to unregister, prevent duplicate registrations, etc., etc. Because there's a lot of things that still need to be written for this. But here we can do lib register hotkey test, and then we can pass in an array of key A, key B, something like that. Should work. We can do here hotkey listener test, 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 test. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, look at that. Call this AB, and we can do like, I don't know, like TY. Right. So you look at hotkey listener, so you're looking for AB, TY. Okay, look at that. Cool. And but there's not really a way to listen for all inputs, I guess, but that's fine. This is almost exactly what we want, right? It's almost exactly what you want. All right. It does mean I need to do a few other things though. So here we need to add functions for checking to see does hotkey exist? That's probably a good one. Yeah, hotkey exists. So like pub function, or I guess unregister hotkey. That's a good one as well. So unregister hotkey. Oh, okay. So register a hotkey. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I already do the check there, but that's tangential to the original points. So if I were to do this, but with like a different set of keys, I guess, like key A, key Y, I should run into, yeah, we do run into an error. Hotkey already exists. Beautiful. Okay. Cool, 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 cool. And then we don't do anything else with it. Yeah, see, it's not so bad. I know what I'm doing, kind of. Maybe not the most competent individual. Or maybe not the most, yeah, I guess competent is probably the best word for it, but at least I get it done. But you get things done, and for whatever reason, there's no library that does this, so check it out. Unregister hotkey. If not, so hotkey map contains key. I guess, okay, so now we just have a bunch of actual things we can check for now. Hotkey does not exist. Something like that. Turn error. Hotkey does not exist. Alright. Actually, we don't even need to take in a keys parameter, right? Because you can only have this set. Maybe you could have multiple hotkeys registered for the same mapping, or you could have multiple key codes, multiple sets of key codes associated with the same mapping. So that might still be valid. It might still be a valid use case, right? So like we should remove this check here. So say you want to trigger like I don't know, like a reload model or something. Or maybe like a blink animate. Maybe you want multiple sets of hotkeys to trigger a blink animation, something like that. Yeah, I think that's a valid use case, right? It's like if you want to register, I don't know, like Control A and Control S to both trigger blinking, right? I think that's valid. So I should take out this error. So hotkey already exists. We can get rid of it, right? But then what do I do with this logic here? For key in keys, that's kind of tough. Because I've designed this around like a one-to-many to one design, but I guess it potentially it could be like a one-to-many to many design. I think. Did I get that right? One-to-many to many, as opposed to one-to-many to one. I'm confused. But hotkey map. So you have the name, and you have a mapping. I guess we could add things to the mapping. But if you ever want to unregister, what happens then? Like how would you know which one to get rid of? I guess what would happen is you would potentially like what I'm thinking about, right, is like if you had a hotkey called blink and you had it mapped to both Control A and Control S, and then you wanted to remove the Control S mapping, what would happen? How would you handle that? I'm thinking. That's a question I didn't really think about. I'm thinking. I'm thinking. My brain is not working though. Like logically, I know what's supposed to happen, but I'm still thinking. My brain is just not working. Like, what would you do if you have both Control A and Control S mapped to blink for whatever reason? As a completely contrived example, what would you do? Like, I think that's a valid use case for sure. Is you want to have multiple hotkeys to do the same thing. Why? I don't know, but you know, who am I to say what you can or cannot do? Because my original idea was, we'll just add everything to the mapping, right? So keys insert. Yeah, I guess what we can do is we can just get our defaults, right? So what if we do like mapping, or we can do Well, hotkey map, right? Hotkey map contains as a string to mapping. Yeah. I guess we can do that, right? So hotkey map self hotkey map gets. I guess it's just get mutable. So get mutable name, right? So let mutable mapping equal this. Or I guess we'll just match on that, right? Whoops. I guess we don't need to match, right? Because we're just going to provide a default value anyways. Unwrap or a default. Something like that. Yeah. So we do this. Okay, hold on. Trait defaults is implemented for mapping. Hey. Trait bound reference, a mutable reference to mapping default is not satisfied. Or a default. How are you supposed to do this? Ooh. Yeah, what? So there is a default, right? No? Keycode data? Oh, it's because keycode data doesn't have a default. But actually, how am I deriving default here if keycode? Well, no, because you can have an empty hash map. That's fine. Yeah. So what's your problem? Trait bound. The trait default is implemented for mapping. Hey. What do you mean? What do you mean? Get or unwrap or what's your problem? Huh? Add reference here. Oh, it's because it needs to be a mutable reference. Oh. Oh, that's tough. I don't know. Add a reference here, I guess. I don't think you're allowed to do that though. What does this mean? Is that allowed? Something about that doesn't seem right. But I'm willing to overlook it. Oh, it's because there's another error. That's right. Arguments to this function are incorrect. I don't know. Into. Do you think I can just into it? I don't think I can. And I'm pretty sure you can't just deref it. Yeah, that's probably incorrect as well. Yeah, okay. Hold on. Let's think about it. Like, this is a very slow operation, which is fine, I guess. I'm thinking. There must be a good way around this, right? So, we'll leave this here. I'm pretty sure that this is, yeah, this is causing a problem. I wonder. You can do unwrap or else. There's no value, but we can pass in let mapping equal mapping default. Something like that, right? Something like that. What's your problem? Oh, right. Hold on. Returns a reference to the variable owned by the current function. Hold on. Right, because like this is essentially what I want to do, right? Is self hotkey map insert. How did I do that? Name clone mapping, right? Return mapping. Add reference here. Mutably borrowing. But then can I return? It's this error again. Which I still don't quite understand how to fix. But it would be beautiful I could make it work like this. Is it here? What? Closure requires unique access to self hotkey map. It is already borrowed. Borrow occurs at 110. Sure. Second borrow occurs due to use of self hotkey map and closure. Oh, that's right. Okay. So what's up? Unique access to self hotkey map. So if you want to do it like this, then you need to put it behind probably some sort of read-write log or something. Oh no. You can tell what kind of make a fantastic low-level developer, springing memory leaks wherever I go. Is there a better way of doing this then? I'm thinking. I'm pretty sure like this is not going to solve anything if I just wrap it. Yeah. I'm thinking. There's a good way of doing this. I guess we could also just do this. So like we just get the value, just get name, or else, or unwrap or default, and then just clone it. Wait. Or copy. Maybe we can do that? Probably not. Hold on. Derive defaults. clone and copy. Do you think we can copy? Probably not. Copy is usually pretty tough to implement. So just clone. Okay, that's fair. Trait bound reference mapping defaults. We're learning. Alright, get name, unwrap, or okay. Clone is not satisfied. Key code data needs to be clone as well. Gotta sneeze. Alright, so this is fine. Alright, now what happens here? Is this fine? Do I have other errors elsewhere? So then we can get rid of this error here. So this is like fairly heavy now. But this does allow for oh, hold on. Key code data. Okay, so now we need to have like dependents as well, right? Oh no. Not like this. So now, okay, so now I need to track how many dependents are on it. So dependents, how do you spell dependents? Dependants? Or is it dependents? Oh yeah. How do you define dependent? Okay, dependence, no A. Yeah, we'll do a U16, I guess. What's the largest 16-bit integer? 16-bit integer limit. All right. Well, you know what? If you have more keybinds than that, then congratulations, you have broken the program. I guess there's not a, yeah, let's do U32, why not? U32 can't hurt. It's fine. So we do this. We have an error here when we're creating it. Dependent, probably 0, I guess. And then what? Mapping keys, inserts. Wait, no, this is the wrong one. No, this is key code data anyways. Wait, no, wait, yes, wait. No, wait, here. So add key, I guess. So this will take, you know, some sort of key code. Okay. Yeah, so we do this, add key. There's no reason to return anything, so this is fine. Mutable self. And so then we check to see if keys is in hash map, then we'll do a thing. Otherwise, we will create a new key code data. So let key code data is equal to if self keys can't I do self keys get mutable key. So match this. So if you have some key code data, key CD dependence. Hold on. Plus equals 1. Otherwise, if there's none, then we'll create a new key code data and then insert it into the key code map. Something like that. Key code data new from key. Hold on. Just give it a try just to make sure it compiles. Plus equals 1. And then self keys insert key code key CD. And then this just needs to be cloned, I guess. Yeah. Oh, and then mutable, right? That's right. Yes. Okay. Had to think about it, but I think we're there. I think we're here. And I guess there's no reason why you would ever create a blank key code data if it has no dependence, but I think it is a valid use case, maybe? Or maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. Has dependence. So self dependence greater than 0, something like that. I'm not sure when you would ever use that, but that makes sense to me. And of course, then you can just access it by field. Right, that makes sense. And then add key handles all of this stuff just by itself. So then we do mapping add key. What is it called? Key code. Something like that. So pass in a reference and we'll clone it if need be. Right, that makes sense. So when we want to register a hotkey, we look to see if there's already a mapping for it. Right, so we check for the hotkey name. So hotkeys have many key codes. I probably need to rename it so I don't get confused, because I can feel myself starting to get confused as well. But a hotkey has potentially many key codes. And then either way, if it exists, that's great. Otherwise, we'll clone it. We'll create a default one and then clone it, right? Then mapping name, we set the mapping name once again. Maybe not. Well, Maybe we can do it like the, hold on. Get name unwrap or else. Are we still gonna run into this problem here where it doesn't live long enough? Equals name clone, and then we just clone this. Am I allowed to do that? Probably not, right? Yeah, it doesn't live long enough. Yeah. Yeah. What's your problem? Cannot return value referencing temporary value. Yeah. Like this. I know this is valid in other languages that aren't as strict, more or less. Because otherwise, like, this is kind of wasteful, isn't it? Where I can do, like, a mapping new, right? Something like that, so then we don't have default anymore. No reason to have defaults, but then we do new, and then just pass in the name here. Do you think that's valid? That is valid. Okay, cool. We're getting there. I'm using my brain. All right, so add key. Add key increments this automatically. Then we do all of this stuff. Key to hotkey map. Get mutable key code. Key to hotkey map is key code to a vector of strings. Yeah. I think that's valid. Old value is returned. Okay, I think this is fine. I think this is fine. I think this is fine. We can get rid of hotkey already exists because we're getting rid of that use case, or that code path, I should say. Then here, when we want to unregister, I should just check in general. Am I allowed to do this? So self hook unregister. Maybe that's not something that you're even allowed to do, so I shouldn't even think about it. So if you want to unregister, you need to like restart the entire application in general. Yeah, is there an unregister? Is there an unregister? So implement hook, so you can get a new one. You can register. Okay, no, there is an unregister. Okay. So this is valid. That's valid. So here, if it does not, if there's no thing, if there's nothing in hotkey map. Okay, so we'll have multiple key to hotkey map, right? And that's a map of key codes to vectors of hotkey maps, basically. So you can have duplicates. I think that's okay. I think that's okay. Hold on. Maybe that's not okay. Oh, because then this will send... Oh, no. Okay, I see. Because if we insert a duplicate, it will send it twice, which you don't want. Let me think. Oh no, if we run out of dependence, if we no longer have any dependence for the key code data, then we can start removing things from the key to hotkey map. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Let's just start typing. So match. Self keys. Yeah, contains key. So it should be a key code, right? Yeah, keys is a key code. Yeah. Wait, no. We don't care if it contains, right? So it's just self keys get mute key. So if it's some key code data minus equals 1. You know what? Func add dependent. Why not? Mutable self dependence equals 1. Remove dependent. Minus equals 1. Fair enough. This makes it easier for me. So key code data, add dependent, because it's clear, right? It's self-documenting, etc., etc. Move dependent. Something like that. What's your problem? Expected bool, and then this one. Oh, if this is none, then this is just that's an error. That's an error, baby. In theory, this is a panic. In theory, this is a panic, but I don't want to panic because it's a library. And then add dependents. I gotta think. Hit me with a true for now. So that's fine. Remove key. I gotta think. So what would you expect here? Shouldn't this be like a result then? This should be like a result. And then maybe this is just an error that's like, hey, bad key code name, that's a separate thing. This is like key not mapped, something like that. Ooh. So error. Something like this. So we add dependents, and then we can check to see. Well, of course, if you add a dependence, it's going to be. Actually, no, we remove dependent. Remove dependent. And then if you remove dependent, we can do this. So okay. Has dependents, something like that. So if it's true, it still has dependents, right? Removes a given key from the mapping. Returns true if there are still dependents on the key. Returns false if I guess we don't need to do the false one, right? Because that's obvious. Dependencies, I should say. Dependencies on the key. Okay, so that's remove key, add key, that's fine. And then this one, key code dependents, add dependent. And then this one is just add dependent as well. Oh, like that. Something like that, yeah? Remove dependents, associative function. Oh no, this is, these are used, right? Yeah. Well, it's because remove key is never used. That's fair. All right. Now for unregister hotkey, we're finally getting to it. So remove key. Okay. So if not self hotkey map contains key blah blah, then that's an error because you shouldn't be trying to remove a hotkey that does not exist, or I guess a map, an action. I should probably rename it to action. So actions contain mappings, and mappings contain key codes. Yes. So let's do that. Let's do that. I'm getting confused. Register action. So this is key to hotkey map. Say goodbye. You're now going to be, all right, so let's match the whole word. So this is key to action map. Key to action map. Something like that. So let's change that. Yeah, send me. And then this is the action map. Nope, hold on. Right, because the library I'm using refers to them as hotkeys, which is confusing me. This is key code data. Like, this is actually just key code data, right? But then this is a mapping, sure. Okay, that's fine. The mapping contains keys. Yeah. And then this should be register action. Register action. Oh, what am I doing? Don't do this. Register action, something like that. Register action, and then this should be unregister action. Something like that. That makes sense to me. So register action, unregister action. And then this now changes to action already exists, but we're getting rid of that anyways. So action already exists. Like so. Change this to action does not exist. Like so. And then key not mapped. Where am I using this? Remove key, yes. So you can remove a key from a mapping. That's right, that's right. So this is just the opposite of register action. Yes. So we can guarantee that this exists because we already checked to see if it contains the key. So here's the mapping is equal to self action map get mute name unwrap because we've already checked to see that it exists. There's your mapping, and then we will start to action off of the mapping. So the mapping contains many keys, right? I guess the name, right? Let's read. Oh, don't do that. Don't rename name. Can I rename this symbol? Do you think it works like that? Well, it doesn't matter. Well, we should call it action name, and this is like action mapping. All right, you know what? Yes. Yes. Okay. I got a little scared there, but yeah. Action mapping. Okay. So we go through here, blah, blah, blah. And then we'll do for key in, wait, for key in mapping key codes. Keys, I can get keys, right? Keys. Then this is an iterator, right? Yeah. And then we need to iterate through every single value, because then we get key code data, right? Actually, no, because it's key code data, it doesn't really matter, right? Wait, no, wait. Yes. Maybe you don't need remove key. Maybe you could. I gotta think. Because like the registration process is a lot easier, right? Because you can just keep stacking things. But the unregistered process, you need to be more careful about. For key in. So like in theory, you could just get rid of this and just do like for key code data in, the values, right? So for like key code data in mapping keys values mutable, right? And you'll do key code data remove dependent, please, dependent, and then remove dependent. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. And then if it has no more dependents, then we also need to remove it from the key to action map. So if wait, hold on, I'm thinking. There's a few ways you can do it. I suppose it doesn't matter. Hold on. Yes, we can immediately remove it. So if key code data, if not, has dependents, then we can immediately remove it from the key to action map, right? So key to action map. Is there an erase? Remove entry? No. Get mute. Hold on. These are all by key code, which means I need to go by. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. We're thinking. We're working our way through it. This is. I swear I know what I'm doing. So we can do for key value in mapping keys enumerate. No. Iter mute. Something like that, right? Then we'll do v remove dependents. Sure. If not, v has dependents, then self key to action map, which contains get mute. We rely on the key code. And I think we need to unwrap it, yeah. So for now, we'll unwrap it like this. Is there erase, or what is it called? Remove? No? What things do we have on this? Remove. We do have remove. Removes and returns the element at position index in the vector, shifting all elements after it to the left. It's worst case performance of ON. You don't need the order of elements to be preserved. You swap remove instead. If you would like to remove elements from the beginning, panics if the index is out of bounds. If it does not have dependents, then the I guess we don't need to have the key code data anymore. We can just do let v equals this. Always good to be safe. So this is error. Action does not exist. Key not mapped. Key mapped. We're mapped key missing in reverse lookup. Is it, am I still have not gotten an answer on if I'm using reverse lookup correctly. What is a reverse lookup? Programming. What's the idea of this? Yes. That's more or less what I'm doing. Using a value to yeah, I guess it's a reverse lookup. Yeah, technically. It's a very long area though, but it's a very specific one that I hope I never run into. So we want to return that. So if you ever hit that, then we won't explode. We'll let the handling application explode. But it does mean that the current states of the hotkeys are bad, right? Should no longer be relied on. Because I don't know. What else are you supposed to do, right? But here we can do if v is there contains? What do we have? Leak, pop, push, remove. So this panics if it's out of bounds. Well, and this is also not what I want. Swap, remove. So this takes a U size. That's kind of tough. Is there a find? Hold on. Rust. Remove item from back. Yes. What do you think? That's the unwrap. This is from 2014. I don't want to do retain. Oh, I mean, I guess retain is fine, right? What's the first element, and we should never have any duplicates. Whatever, we'll just retain it. That's fine. So this takes some sort of string name. So this is the action name, I guess. And then if it action name does not equal name, should be fine. So even if it's not in there, then it's okay. Like, it doesn't really matter. We'll add a to do though. So to do, this assumes the action name does exist. maybe the case where the mapping exists, or where the reverse lookup exists, but the action name is not mapped, should be handled, question mark. And then, okay, let's give this a better name. All right, so key to action map. Key to action map fact. There we go. There we go. Okay, less confusing. A bit more wordy, but less confusing. So go through all of this. We have the mapping. I guess it just doesn't need to be mutable. We just get like an we get a mutable view into it. That works. So if it does not have dependence anymore, that's fine. And then we can have like keys to remove, perhaps. I'm kind of having deja vu. Have I done this before? Push. Okay. Something like that. Oh, and this needs to be mutable. That's right. Right, because you never want to. Well, this returns an iterator. Well, it returns an iterator. It does not. Well, I don't know, actually. Is it a view? So if I don't know. I don't know. Like if I were to do this, right? So like mapping keys remove entry. Would that be fine? Or it's not even remove entry, because that's a, well, maybe it is. But then you need to know what the other dependents are as well. I can't think of it right now. Let's add it to do. This is turning out to be pretty difficult. It's turning out to be pretty difficult. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. I'll be live. What day is today? Sunday. I'll be live Tuesday from 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern time, working on something else. Well, no, I'm working on this again. Maybe I'll work on this in my free time. It's the initial implementation, not too bad, but trying to make it robust is kind of breaking my brain. Mostly because I haven't had to use my brain for anything actually complicated in a while. But yeah. Anyways, everything is free and open source. It's all on GitHub as usual. Virtual Puppet Project Hotkey Listener, the basic one, the basic implementation, which contains a Godot one, or if you just want to have like a non-Godot one, that's also possible. Yeah, it's all in the cargo toml under the Rust folder. Right, so cargo toml. Just use, pass default features false when you're building it if you don't want to use any of the Godot stuff, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, guess I will see you later, because I don't know. I can see that I'm starting to tread into very dangerous territory with how I handle this stuff, and my brain just doesn't really want to consider it right now. Yeah. I don't know. GitHub, Discord, etc., etc. Yeah, there we go. My bot is working. Anyways, goodbye.